All right, in this video, I want to show you how to read a star chart or a sky map. These two terms can kind of be used interchangeably. And so to do that, I have got this picture up on the screen that is from a planetarium software that is kind of showing us what the sky looks like. I'm going to put up some cardinal points here, the north, south, east, and west, so we can see them up here. And I want you to imagine you are laying on your back and you're looking up at the sky. And if you look on our circle right here that's to represent the sky, we're kind of imagining that our head is pointing towards the north and our feet are pointing towards the south. And we're looking up into the sky. And the cardinal points, we've got north on the top of our circle, south on the bottom. So that means when we're laying down, our feet are sort of pointing towards the south and our head is up at the north. And then if we're doing that, if we're laying on the ground, west is going to be over on the right-hand side and east is going to be over on the left-hand side. And already, right away, if you're used to looking at maps, this might seem a little bit weird because on a map, you typically have east over on the right-hand side and west over on the left-hand side. But for a typical map of the ground, right, you are looking down on the ground, and so you'll have east on the right and west on the left. But for a sky map, we're not looking down, we're looking up. So west will be over on our right and east will be over on our left. So that's a big difference between a sky map or star chart and a map, a regular map that you might have. All right, so what I'm going to do is this planetarium software simulates the nighttime sky or the sky, daytime sky, anything like that. And I'm going to actually zoom ahead in time here. We're going to watch the sunset. Some clouds come and go here. The sun is setting over here in the west. And it's going to get dark and we'll start to see some stars come out. All right. So here we go. This is what our nighttime sky looks like. And if you have a typical star chart or sky map, you're going to see something that looks like this, but there's going to be a little bit more detail. First, one of the things you're going to see are the constellations. So I'm going to bring up the constellations here, and you'll see they're just represented as stick figures on our sky map. And those stick figures will often also have little labels next to them telling you which constellation is which. And just in case, you couldn't tell that this was Leo the lion right here with his head and his big mane and his tail coming off this way. All right, so your sky map is going to look something like this. So if you were using a sky map like this, you would either be laying on the ground with your head at the north and your feet down at the south, and you'd be holding this up above your head just like this. Or if you were standing up, you would want to orient this so south and facing the southern horizon, you'd want to orient it so south was on the bottom. If instead you were looking towards the western horizon, you'd want to rotate your sky map 90 degrees so west is on the bottom. Same as if you were going to look north, you'd want north on the bottom, or if you were looking east, you'd want east on the bottom. All right, so the way the sky map kind of works is anything that's around the outside is near the horizon, near where the ground meets the sky. Right, so I can see right here that the constellation Antilla is near the southern horizon. And the constellation Virgo is over in the eastern horizon, maybe a little bit southeast. And I can see the constellation Cepheus is a little bit above the northern horizon. Now, if I wanted to figure out what was right above my head, if I'm standing up, what's the thing that's straight up above my head? This is a point we call zenith, the point that's directly above your head in the sky. We could see it would be right here in the very middle of the map. So if we look at this, it looks like we're kind of looking at the foot of the great bear, Ursa Major. This is the great bear. This is the bear's long tail, because yes, we all know bears have long tails. And then we've got the front paws of the bear and the back legs of the bear too. So the front paw of Ursa Major is right above our heads. All right, now every sky map that you look at and get is actually going to be made for a particular place and a particular date and time. All right, so I'm using the planetarium software here to sort of generate this star map. But you might get a star map online that is for a certain month at, like, it says you can use it at 10 p.m. during the month of March or something like that. All right, so for this particular sky map, I can put up the date and time, and we can see that this is set for Tuesday, March 29th, 2022, around 9:30 p.m. The sky map is also for a particular location. I have this set for my location in Lakewood, Washington, but you can get a sky map for the equator, or somebody on the equator, or somebody in Australia, and those sky maps are going to look different from the sky map that we see up here in the northern latitudes. All right, so hopefully that gave you a quick overview of what a sky map looks like and how to read one.